Hey guys, welcome to a Becca Scoops live. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. And Kikins is right here. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I've been checking out the chat. You guys are on fire as usual. A lot of familiar faces. Thanks for wishing Claire happy birthday. I noticed that in the chat. Thank you guys so much. You know, we like to say happy birthday or know what's going on with our community members. And so here we go. We've got a special live stream. It's called Tone Deaf. And we're going to go over stuff about Gypsy just recently. And of course, then we're going to get into some serious stuff also. You know how we do it. So you guys are here, settle in. But before we start everything out, let's get our sponsor, Morgan & Morgan, out of the way so we can just go on from there. So here, I'd like to thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring our channel again for this month. And I'll be right back, guys. This is a Morgan & Morgan legal alert. If you received Depo-Provera birth control shots and were later diagnosed with a brain or spinal tumor called a meningioma, you may be eligible for a lawsuit. Morgan & Morgan is investigating claims that patients weren't properly warned about this risk. It's free to check, takes just a few minutes, and you don't pay unless you win. Click the link in our description box to see if you qualify. Thank you. All right, guys, thanks to Morgan & Morgan, and thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and before we get to the whole live stream, let's check out what's going on in the comments real quick, and I'll put your guys' comments up on the screen there. So the replay crew will be able to see what we were talking about. And so here we go. I want to thank a zombie pirate 23, $10. Thank you so much. Thank you for continuing to make videos and going live. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. We love to see the back to the back lies Gypsy tries to convince people of. Can't wait for another time live video. Like and hype the video. Well, thank you, Zombie Pirate 23. We appreciate you so much. We've got Mersey Me coming in with $1.99. The Truth Train is on the move. All aboard. Absolutely. Thank you, Mersey Me. And of course, we can't forget Forest Friend, one of our favorites, coming in with one Becca Scoops membership. Thank you so much, Forest Friend. And another one. Wow, you guys thank Forest Friend. And we've got our birthday girl coming up, Claire Power. Claire, it's your birthday, and she's gifting people 5 Becca Scoops memberships for her birthday. We really appreciate that, Claire. And we've got Maria Moore, 1976, gifted another membership on the Truth Train. Welcome aboard. Thank you, Maria. Citizen Gent, $10. Happy to have made it back to alive. I'm glad you're here too. Keep up the fantastic work. Hashtag Scoops Troops. I love that. I love that hashtag. And we've got Granny. What? Whoa, 50. Granny G. Rosa gifted 50 Becca Scoops memberships. Wow, that is so generous. Thank you so much, Granny. Really appreciate you doing that. Yeah, very humbling, and thank you so much. Wow. Okay, we've got Main Chick Carrie, one of our mods, coming in with a $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Main Chick Carrie. We've got another one of our favorites, Harlequin PDX, $5. Sending lots of love to all the Truth Train members. I'm happy you all are here. Thank you, beautiful Becca and Mitch. Well, thank you, Harley. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Lisa Evans, another one of our favorites, 4138, also gifted one Becca Scoops membership. Thank you, Lisa. Very generous. And we got Delphi Hayes, £2. So glad I can watch a bit of the live before bed. I know it's late. If you're giving us pounds, that means you're overseas somewhere. And thank you for staying up. Thank you for staying up and checking out a little bit of our live. We appreciate that. Wendy Williams enters the chat, member for 8 months, an OG member. Thanks for keeping me around. LOL. Well, Wendy, well, we wouldn't have it any other way. Snowflakes and Firefly, 819, pound 99. Gypsy singing is tone deaf and could wake the dead. Yeah, that's another part of the tone deaf part. Yeah, the singing is definitely, yeah, not right. And Lori Maldonado, 8766 with a $1.99 super sticker. So generous. We'll go ahead and end. Well, let's take one more and then we'll end that and get to the live stream. Dawn Arian became a YouTube member. Thank you, Dawn. Welcome aboard the Truth Train. We hope you enjoy the live. Okay, so let me just make note of that so I know where I left off. And let me get over here. All right, guys. So let's do some just, frivolous stuff before we get going here. Right before I went live, I noticed someone sent me a clip of Gypsy shopping. And let me take that comment off the screen first. Sorry, guys. No, that one. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So Gypsy shopping. I mean, I don't know why. I have no idea why she thinks we're going to get into the content she's been making lately. It's really cringe and it's so tone deaf. She is a convicted murderer. Okay. And she's acting like she's some kind of a pseudo influencer or something. We know that's what she's aspiring to, right? But let's check out this little shopping trip she went on because I have some things I'd like to say about it. Here we go.
I want to spend what is on these gift cards. Let's see if I can actually stand by this and not spend anything else other than what is on these gift cards. Wish me luck. First place is Bath and Body Works. So we found all of the Princess Aurora stuff, so I'm definitely gonna get a hand sanitizer. Oh, I should get the body cream. It's literally one of the most underrated little things that you could find. Look at all the different scents that they have, and they have these adorable little holders. I also want to try to get something for Ken. I have no idea what he might be interested in as far as scents go, but I'm gonna try and...
Why does she think people want to... People hate watch this. Literally. I don't understand, or unless I'm too old, I don't understand the value of this content. Why do we want to watch her do this? And she is a compulsive shopper. I have come to that conclusion. All she does is shop, open up boxes. We're going to get to her opening up boxes. And I've had it. It's just, I can't stand it. It's just, all right.
Yes, for him. And no water spray. I hope he likes it. Something for our bathroom, so I think this would look really cute in our bathroom. So I'm gonna get it, and I'm also gonna pair it with the Lakeside Morning.
What?
I think it's gonna go perfect. Look at that! I made it just under 200, and I'm
brother.
This room. Oh come on, y'all would break too.
Okay, and then we pause it here because, according to her, she's lost all this weight. Right? She's losing weight. She wants to get down 3 more pounds, and she drinks Dr. Pepper, and she's eating this. Look, I don't care. I'm not thin at all, but it's like, the thing is, something doesn't match up here. Like, probably this is all she's going to eat all day, and then she's going to down some Red Bull and Dr. Pepper when she gets home, right? And then her stomach will start growling. That's what she's been doing. You can't tell me any different. That's what she's been doing. That's how she's lost the weight. She has always been kind of a sugar addict. We know that, so whatever. Okay. And I'm just going to point out, because we're going to get to her closet. Many of you probably have seen this stuff with the closet. She's got this. Let me just show you real quick, because I have to make this point about the closet. All right, where is it? Okay, let me make it bigger here. So she did this thing where she showed her closet, right? And she's showing, like, what is this Dior white thing where I have WTF? Like, I don't understand what's happening here. it's your closet. Why do you have to have a Dior? Is that like because you bought something from Dior? Are you trying to prove that you bought something from them? I don't understand. And then of course she's got the purse there, and it's really I looked it up. It retails for $3,450. And on the back of hers, she had the name Gypsy. I decided to put the right name. I wanted to fix it for her. So I put Grifty. And then let me get out of the way. And here's her comment. Someone was like, it's fake. And the bag was fake. Okay. It's pretty proven that it's fake. And God hope it's fake. There's some points to it why people say it's fake, right? And then, but she can't take it. Someone says it's fake, and she should have just said, yeah, it's a really good knockoff or something. Just be honest. But why is she having it displayed on her dresser? Because she wants people to think it's a flex. It's tone deaf. It's tone deaf, Gypsy. Okay? It's not what you should be doing. You shouldn't be doing this. It's not cool. It's cringy. So she says, it's real. You think I would spend $3,000 on a wig, but not on a bag? Yeah, I do. And you know what? Let me just say this. Of course, I got to put myself back up there. Hold on. Let me just say this. Ken is working a blue-collar job. I saw in one live where he said he works pretty much 12 hours a day, or he has to leave at 6 a.m. and he gets home at 6:30, something like that. Basically, he has gone over 12 hours a day on a blue-collar job. What are you doing with this Dior stuff? I hope that bag isn't real. I hope that Dior, because wow, what frivolous spending, right? I mean, don't you you guys know what I'm talking about. It's cringy. No one thinks it's cool. No one's happy. Like, oh, great, Gypsy has a Dior, but no. Maybe she does it on purpose to get people upset. I don't know. I'm not upset about it. It's more like, Gypsy, you're a convicted murderer. And what are you doing with this designer shit, throwing it in people's faces? I don't get it. I really don't get it. All right, let's go back because I want to, one more thing about this little shopping trip here that is really like, I went, what is that? You guys are going to crack up.
Then tragedy struck. I'm being tested right now. I'm going in. I did pay.
Oh, the point I was going to make is she's wearing this necklace. I have like a 20 years ago got like the real Tiffany, that's probably the only designer thing I really have, to be honest with you. That necklace is not, it's a knockoff, which is fine. But you know what? If she was asked, she would say it's real, right? That's not real.
$26.
Oh,
okay,
brother.
So cookies and a dress so far.
What is this? What is this? You are a 34-year-old mother. What is this coochie type of skirt, mini skirt? I can't believe it. Like, she thinks that is something appropriate for her to wear. I'm not trying to throw shade. It's a micro mini at best, right? I mean, it's going to be really short. And it's not like she's got like stellar legs, you know what I mean, either. And I'm not, I know I'm being petty, but I'm just saying, I'm just pointing it out, right? When I saw this, I was like, that is like for a 16-year-old. Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, it's okay. Okay.
I need it for the concert, guys.
Oh my God. So this other video, which we're going to like touch on in a minute, she said that she had to buy a new purse. I couldn't believe this. I actually laughed out loud. She had to buy a new purse and a new wallet to go to this country concert, country music concert. I'm like, what do you mean you got to buy a new purse and a new wallet? She's like, yeah, and boots. No, you don't. You don't have to buy like a country western purse to go to a country music concert. I don't think that's like a requirement. I don't understand. And this is what's important to her, right? And by the way, where's Aurora? Where's Aurora at right now? Where is she? This is what is important to her. The makeup, right? The staring at herself in the mirror, the flexing, I got a Dior bag, all of that, right?
I need it for the concert.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
Make it stop.
So cute.
No, I heard the baby. Was that the baby? Because I haven't seen the baby.
Out before I spend any more money. So far, total is like, I don't know, like 50 bucks. Okay, so honestly, I didn't do that bad. But
it's nothing. You're right. Someone wrote, she never talks about Aurora, right? And if, we say anything about that, the comeback will be, well, we just don't want to put her on social media. We don't want, no, that's not true. They do put her on social media. So we know that's not true. It's because it's not important to her. What you see here, she is that shallow. What's important to her is what her content is, right? What she's passionate about is what her content is. And so we see the depth of her character. Tone deaf. She reveals herself every time. All right. It's just, yeah. Okay. So let's get really quick to the boots and this was ridiculous. I won't play the whole thing because it's basically boring, but listen to this other video she put out as content, like that you would want to consume.
And I also side me when I got off the TikTok shop. So I bought a wallet from Pamela's Boutique. So it's a boutique on TikTok shop that has purses and handbags, bags, all kinds of stuff. And it's like a westerny type of like look to it. And I am going to a country music concert next month, and so I needed a cute wallet. And I also side package.
What? I'm going to a country music concert next month. I needed a new wallet. No words. No words. No words.
Also got my boots in from Wet Kiss.
Oh my God. Wait till you see these boots.
Yet.
They're really kind of
from the actual box, but I didn't actually open.
And then of course they're in the background. You see the little Dior bag and her little, she said, this is what she called, either was glamming up or glowing up her closet. Yeah, it was riveting content.
This box, so you guys could look at it with me. All right, so this one I'm excited to see. Oh, look how cute that is. That is adorable. Okay, I'll look at the wallet.
Meanwhile, Ken's working, sweating somewhere 12 hours a day, and this is what she's doing. And again, where's the baby?
Look how pretty. How pretty that is.
Yeah, she had to have that to go to a concert. I mean, right? When you guys go to a concert, the first thing you think of, damn it, I need a new wallet to match the concert. How can I even go to this concert without getting myself a new wallet? I mean, it's how it goes, right? Bizarre.
So nice. It's gonna go so cute.
Wait for the boots.
I will say I'm gonna need you guys' help to help style me for the concert.
No one is gonna style you for what do you mean help style you for the concert? This is the stuff that's important to her. This is what's on her mind. I'm going to have to get styled for the concert. Just go to the concert. We don't need to buy a wallet to go to the concert. You don't need to, announce to people you need to be styled to go. You're not singing at the concert. You're not the star of the concert. No one needs to style you for the concert.
So drop your ideas in the comment section of what would be cute to wear. I'm going to show you the boots in a second, but let me know.
Definitely not that micro mini skirt, jean skirt that you bought. That, nope.
If I should wear a sundress or if I should wear like jeans and a cute top. Let me
No, you picked the shortest skirt you could find. That's what you picked.
know, but the whole overall theme is going to be like country, so let me know. All right, so if you want to go and take a look at her stuff, it's Pamela's Boutique on the TikTok shop.
Oh God, is she trying to get
goes live?
Do you get brand? You don't get brand deals from TikTok shop, right? Or does she get the stuff for free? Is that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know TikTok. So, is that what goes on here? Is this why she keeps shouting out this TikTok shop? I don't know. Let me know.
And shows the items that she has.
Get to the boots.
Give her a like, give her a follow.
Oh my God!
Something because her stuff is really cute.
Oh, she must
have the boots.
Oh God! Okay, here we go. Brace yourself. It's glittery. They're glittery. Brace yourselves.
I love boots, as y'all probably, it's out of frame, but
yeah, I'm just not showing off everything here, but no.
I have a lot of cowboy western boots. I just love the way they look, and they're so stylish. All right, so I got these from Wet Kiss, and they were a little pricey. I will say, I mean, it was like, I'm gonna say I paid like $100.
Why does she have to say a price?
$150 maybe for these, but oh, they're so beautiful.
What?
Look at that.
I mean, look, everyone has their different looks or style that they want, but obviously she wanted to get a pair of boots that had like, you know, the little crystals all over them, all over it, and then these really long fringes, right? With the micro mini skirt. If that's not screaming, look at me, I don't know what is, right? What is happening here with these boots? I mean, what's with the
so sparkly and
sparkly? Are you 12? How old are you?
Pretty.
Now, look, you know what? If you were a country western music star, okay, like if you're on stage, okay, maybe that's appropriate, you know, and everyone has their own, you know, you don't have to agree with me on everything, obviously, but to me, that's like something either like the performer would wear, the glittery, if they were into the glittery stuff, they're on stage, you know, but she wants to be the star of the concert. It's obvious. It's not that she's attending it. She's the star, right? She's hoping people will want to take selfies with her, probably, right? Yeah. It's just really bizarre. Just tone deaf.
They're gorgeous. Okay, so these are the boots that I'll be wearing for the concert. So
you need to know.
Style this with me. All right.
You needed to know that. You know, you needed to know what boots she would be wearing to the concert. Needed to know. Okay. All right. What else? Just a couple more quick ones here, just because the whole thing was tone deaf. These are really quick little clips here. You guys see this one? This one is she pretends like she got engaged.
But he did. He pissed me off. He pissed me off. Man. You never.
Is that like a hint to Ken? Is this another hint? What was that about? That was bizarre. I don't know. If I did that when Mitch and I were dating, he would like say, you know what? We're never getting married. He would probably tell me, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Yeah. Okay. And yeah, this one. And then one more. I don't know. I don't know. Now, let's get into a little debunking about her TikTok accounts, right? Let's get into a little debunking about her TikTok accounts. Let me show you something really quick here. This happened a couple days ago.
Oh my God, Ken just texted me. No fucking way. Oh my goodness, my 9 million account is fixed. Woo! All right, Ken just texted me. Oh my God, that is awesome. Now I'm just gonna have to go and transfer all my videos. Okay, well, hey.
Okay, so that happened a couple days ago, right? I need to bring up a video here from a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago. I'm not exactly sure how long ago this was. You guys will probably remember it. Hold on, I have to find it first. Give me 1 minute. And let's look at this.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So I just wanted to give everybody a big shout out to everyone who followed me on my new account at Official Gypsy Rose. Thank you so much for welcoming me back to the app. My decision to leave my old account behind was a personal one, to be honest. I gained 9 million followers when I first got out of prison. And I can't help but think that the hype of it all is the reason for it. And I feel like with this account, the follows are intentional. And
wait a minute now. What was that last video I just showed from a couple days ago, right? She is so excited because something wrong was with that account. I have it on good authority that it was not monetized, that this is why she made this other account, that she thought she would have to build another account, okay? Because why is she on TikTok? To make money, okay? And that it was like flagged for minors, the other one. I have this on good authority, all right? So what is this video though? Let's continue to listen, because something is that these stories aren't matching here.
A little bit more focused on supporting me and my journey and who I am today. So if you follow me for that reason, I appreciate you. I see you. I love you. It wouldn't matter if I had 1 follower or my 9 million back.
Really? What was that celebration? That woohoo! Ken just texted me. I just fixed my 9 million follower. My account's back. That's what you're not saying here. You're not saying my other account is effed up. I can't make money on it. So y'all come over to this account because I got to do something for money.
I just want to thank everyone for their support and continued love and understanding towards me every day. Every day's a journey in my life. So
a shopping journey.
Just know that I see you and I'm sending my big virtual hugs your way. So thank y'all so much. Love and hugs.
Okay. So again, liar, liar, pants on fire. Stop lying to your followers. You should have just come out and say, I got that account, the 9 million one. I don't know what's going on. It's effed up. You know, I can't, something about minors, something about I can't monetize on it. I'm screwed. So guys, I'm opening up this other account. If you guys all come over here and follow me over here, right? But no, I don't, her whole vibe here was, her whole reason here, her whole excuse was, oh, you know what? It's nice that I got those 9, but they weren't really intentional follows. It would really mean more to me if I can start a new account and then the new followers I know because they're following me for me, right? That's in essence what she was saying. And we all knew it was bullshit. Well, now we just proved it. You always tell on yourself. Always tell on yourself, you know? Not like this is one of her major lies. We're going to get to a couple of those as we go on here when we get to the serious stuff. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys that too. So very cringy, Gypsy. Very, very cringy. Then did I show the closet? I think I did, right? Yeah. Well, this was her showing. Yeah, this was her showing her closet. This was such a she thought she why are those shoes there? What's with the high heel shoes on the dresser? My mom would go, get those shoes off the dresser. Shoes, typically if you're wearing them, they're dirty. You don't put them up. Then I'm thinking, are they a decoration? Very odd. Then the place Dior bag. Look, and then the big Dior sign overhead. Give me a break, Gypsy. Give me a break. All right. Now, there's some crazy things about Ryan Anderson, and I just have to go over a few of them, and then we're going to get to the serious stuff, I promise. But Ryan has been in meltdown mode, and some crazy things have been happening over in the Ryan world. And yeah, so let's take a look at a few of those things. This first one is so funny. You guys have got to see that.
Don't be surprised if y'all come on here tomorrow, the next day, and the beard is gone, but the goatee's still there. Because I don't think I like this.
Ryan, no one cares if you have a beard or don't have a beard, right? I mean, this is almost giving off Gypsy vibes, right? Now, don't be surprised. Don't you might want to sit down before you come on my live tomorrow night because this might be gone. No one gives a F, okay? I mean, the audacity of these people to think that we care about how they style their hair or if he has facial hair or not. What does he? Okay, just let's go.
Maria Moore says, keep the beard. Zoom, I'll talk about Gypsy all I want. Gypsy, 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 Gypsy. Hey, Gypsy. Hey, Gypsy. Hey, Gypsy, 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 Gypsy. That
melting down.
You know what? That's what I'm going to finish. I think I'm going to finish every podcast just saying the word Gypsy. Gypsy, 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 Gypsy to piss people off. I think it's great. It's pretty funny. It's giving cringe. What's funny is I know
he's very big bothered. Ryan is very big bothered here.
I'm not cringy, so it's called a joke.
I'm not cringy. If I could say so myself, I've decided, I've taken a vote of one. I am not cringy, by the way. I mean, these people, who are these people? Okay.
Good for them. So awesome. 160K. I love it. Thank you, Trash Panda, for reminding me. I love that. Messy Jessie, I feel like you believe that, Missy Jessie. I don't believe that. So
by the way, his hair is looking rather askew. I know he likes to brush his hair a lot, but what's going on with his hair?
I'm sorry. I don't believe that. So, but that's fine. You can believe anything you want. You know what I mean? I can't make you, I can't show you was what it was. I mean, I can't prove to you that,
The comment was, and then something really funny is going to happen. The comment was that Gypsy didn't love him. Like, you loved her, but how do you know she loved you? And he sees that comment, he hones in on it, and he's so paranoid at the thought that anyone would think that Gypsy wasn't just in super love with him, that he's got to address it publicly. I mean, everybody gets this guy's goat lately. He just is in meltdown mode. Look at him right there. I mean, he's like having a breakdown.
It is what it is.
It sounds like you're going through a tough moment where you feel the need to validate a past connection or relationship that others might be questioning. Dealing with he said, she said situations, especially in public or digital spaces like the one in your screenshot, can be incredibly draining. When you're at a point where you feel you
I'm going to back it up because so he's talking about him and Gypsy's relationship, and AI, his phone starts counseling him about his relationships. Like AI is like reading the chat almost, and it's like, you're having problems with interpersonal relationships. It is so funny. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's back it up again.
but that's fine. You can believe anything you want. You know what I mean? I can't make you, I can't show you was what it was. I mean, you know, I can't prove to you that, you know, it is what it is.
It sounds like you're going through a tough moment where you feel the need to validate a past connection or relationship that others might be questioning. Dealing with he said, she said situations, especially in public or digital spaces like the one in your screenshot, can be incredibly draining. When you're at a point where you feel you can't.
And then he just goes away. And then he just goes away. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. Okay? I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Someone needs to do a wellness check on him. I think that was last night. Oh my gosh. I just had to watch that with you guys. I just had to share that because it was like, wow. Wow. Right? All right. So just one more video about him because I'm telling you lately, here's what's been going on. So he's been, you know how he does these battles for money, right? He's been losing like every one, like a lot. He's been losing a lot. Here's just a screenshot. See, this is this guy that he battles a lot, this guy named Dustin. And here's at the end, he's lost that one. He lost like 3 in a row. Like every night he's losing to this guy. Like this has been going on for a while now. Okay. And that's why he's like, so like, you know, big bothered. He's just like big bothered, you know, because the numbers are going down and, you know, he's losing these battles and he is very competitive, meaning he can't just take it with a grain of salt. Like, oh, well, good try, guys. We lost that battle. I mean, it is just a TikTok battle, right? But you can tell he's trying to pretend like he's okay with it, but he's not. He is definitely not. And so he did have some meltdowns over this. Here we go.
I dig it. I dig it. Whoops, I think my favorite one is this one. Hey, Dustin. Yo. Tell these people that I've beat you multiple times. Oh, yes. Ryan has friends with my...
Hey, Dustin, tell these people I beat you multiple times. He just lost again. You can see up there. There's the guy's got 34,000 and Ryan only has 10,000. And this is after the battle. And Ryan's so bothered because people in the comments are like, Ryan, you'll never win. You're done, Ryan. You're done. And he's like, hey, Dustin, tell the people I used to beat you all the time. I mean, how old are you? 4? How old are you? He's like throwing his sucker in the dirt, you know, and going, right, Dustin, tell him I used to, you know, Mom, tell him I used to win all the time.
Seriously, rarely do I beat you. Bullshit. No, Ryan's definitely put an ass whooping. I mean, we've both had some, what up, Gibby? We've definitely had some battles where like Ryan.
Of course, this guy's going to be nice, but no, maybe like months ago, Ryan would beat him in battles, but not anymore.
Ryan's put up, I mean, I think the biggest match. There's been times where I won for a month straight, and then there's times he wins for a month straight. So go on with that noise. Who was like, we're going to help Dustin win. Good.
Now he's going to melt down over losing.
Good. Like, keep doing it. I love it. Keep doing it. Because the more you help Dustin, the more you help me. So thank you for all the love you give Dustin. So if you're out there, I love it. Thank you.
Right,
awesome.
Right.
It's awesome.
Right.
It's funny that y'all think y'all got me because no, it's freaking awesome. Keep doing it.
Yeah. No, you're big bothered and you need to grow up. Grow up. It's a TikTok battle. Look at his face there. He's so pissed off. You know, between him and Gypsy, no wonder they were together, right? I mean, they're just like perfect.
I freaking love it. That rose gift was awesome though. What y'all think of the rose gift, gang? And I want to thank everybody who
the guy, what he's talking about is the Dustin guy felt so sorry for him after he beat him so badly in the first battle. The Dustin guy, who seems to be a nice guy, said, hey, Ryan, you know, we could do this other kind of battle where people just give roses. And for you guys that aren't on TikTok, giving a rose is like a penny a piece. So like, you know, it evens up it, you know, where Dustin was trying to give him a chance so that only people in the chat could give roses. So you couldn't give like these big, like a galaxy, these other big item gifts that are worth a lot more money. Right. And so Ryan goes, yeah, that's another word that he says all the time. I can't stand it when he says it. That sounds badass, Dustin. Let's do it, Dustin. Badass. Let's do a rose. Yeah, the rose thing sounds good. So they did the rose battle, and yeah, Ryan lost. And that's why he's so pissed off right now. He lost, even though like Dustin was giving him like a chance.
Gifted during the rose battle. That was so cool. What'd y'all think of the rose battle? Veronica, I loved it. I thought it was different. It gave a lot of people a chance to throw. I dig it because, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I don't battle often. I don't. And, you know, if I battled...
He does every night. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't watch him every day. I get sent clips of him, but I'm pretty sure he's on TikTok every night, right? Doing these battles.
All day long. I could make way more money on this app. I understand that, but I don't like doing that to Team Ryan. You know what I mean? Like, guys, if y'all want a gift, great. I will appreciate it. I'm thankful. Please know that. Please know that. I'm so thankful. You have no idea. It helps so much. It helps supplement my income. It's amazing. Because I don't want y'all to ever feel like that's all I want, because it's not. People say that's all.
Are you buying it? I'm not.
All I want, but it's not. I enjoy the interaction with people. I agree, Trash Panda. It's great. And that's the point. Jennifer, thank you. You know, if you don't want to give, you know what does help? Tapping. Tapping is awesome. You know? Because this is a phase that won't last forever. That's what they say. You know, that's what they say. Dustin's live went down 40 people. Hey, Ryan, they live way you... Yeah, exactly. That was their goal. Like, they think they... Like, so now they'll go run to their page and laugh like little giddy schoolgirls and like, we got him! We got him! And they didn't...
I'm going to fast forward a minute because he's going to say something that actually made me laugh out loud. This next comment that he makes, I was actually at a doctor's appointment this morning listening to the clip, and I actually laughed out loud, and people like turned and were looking at me, and I'm like, sorry. You know, I was like in a waiting room. Okay. Let me find it.
That mess. If you're out there doing hate content towards me, like I said in my video earlier today, like what haters think, I am a content creator because people make videos about...
I am a content creator? What? What content? What? You turn on your phone camera and you walk your dog, you give your dog a bath, and you yell at your chat. That's your content. I am a content creator. Okay, Ryan, you tell yourself that. You go ahead. I am a content creator. What? Yeah, I was just, and then he goes on to explain it. It's really good.
Call that to everybody who's on live. I mean, go call everybody on live who battles that. That's great. I mean, good guy. That's right. Avid attraction. I am a content creator. People, you know, despite what you think, despite what haters think, I am a content creator because people make videos about me talking shit. So they're creating content off of what I say and do. That is the definition of a content creator.
What? No, you're the subject of the content. You are the subject of my content right now. You're not creating this live stream. You are the subject. I don't understand why he thinks because he's on my live stream right now that he is a content creator. You did nothing to help me create this live stream. I clipped your live that you did nothing to get ready for. You don't spend hours getting ready for your content. You walk your dog. Okay, but you tell yourself that.
Just saying, I don't make videos about them talking shit about me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, did you see what so-and-so said about me? Do it. No. And I mean, that's fine. Like, y'all have that right to do that. But please know that y'all don't get to me. I'm above that mess. If you're out there doing hate content towards me.
You don't get to me. He's like melting down the whole time, right? Oh my God. You guys, I'm above that. I'm above that. Really? Really?
Like I said in my video earlier today, I did post a video where I tell people to keep building. Keep building something organic and positive and genuine. The art of building something by destroying something isn't building. That you're not building.
Now we're going to get a lecture from Ryan about building content, about building a channel or building a TikTok following or building a YouTube following. he is going to lecture us because he actually has a lot of experience doing that, right? Right.
A strong foundation. You are just destroying something and sitting there and watch it burn and think it's the greatest. But then when it's burnt or put out, whatever, you turn around, there's nothing built. And that's just saying. You know, like, just saying. TikTok just doesn't approve of those. That's one.
All right. I think there's one more thing here that might be kind of interesting. I can't remember. Let me see.
I really judge people based on what they offer or what they show me. And let me tell you something about my ex-wife.
Oh, yeah. Here. Someone said he's shallow. You're shallow. And because he married Gypsy, right? Because who would marry her? You're shallow. And he's going to lecture them now.
Joyful, you ain't talking shit right now, huh? Why ain't you talking shit about me not? He was something. She really was something special. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not shallow at all. Like, I'm forgiving. I'm not at all. Sterling, you're very welcome. You know, like, I really judge people based on what they offer or what they show me. And
what they offer, what they show you. You married a woman who murdered her mother. What did she show you? Just saying.
Let me tell you something about my ex-wife. She was something. She really was something special.
Oh, she's something, all right. Something special, it says.
Joyful, marrying Jip was not shallow. That's what I wanted to do. So Joyful, you ain't talking shit right now, huh? Why ain't you talking shit about me not winning? Like, I destroyed that dude.
There he goes back to the battles. I'm telling you, he pretends like he's not bothered by it, but now he's mad because he got on another battle with some guy and he actually beat one guy, but he lost like 4 other battles in the night, right? But now he's like crying to this guy. Why aren't you talking about that one? Oh God.
No comment? Nothing? Okay. It's fine. Multiple sclerosis. Somebody said sign of MS.
Well, that's it for that one. Yeah. And just one more. This, he was claiming, I don't beg for gifts. I don't, I'm above all of that. But let's listen to this. This is the last one.
People throw my way. You know what I mean? Despite what people think or, what they saw in the show. But that's why it took her so long to let go too. So
he's claiming that it took Gypsy a long time to let go of their marriage. It took her about 6 weeks. A long time to let go. About instantaneously when she got with you, she was mentally not with you anymore, right? I mean, we all watched it.
Despite what people think. What time is it over here? It is 2 o'clock, 1:45. Hey, Marisol. Marisoni? Love the name. Not even gonna lie. Marisoni is a beautiful name. I still look amazing. Thank you, Sarah Marie.
What?
Facial hair did it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I had the facial hair on the show, yeah. Probably been a little different.
What? If he had the facial hair on the show, it would have been a little different? In what way? If you had a beard on the show, Gypsy wouldn't have left you? I'm so confused about how he is so obsessed with his own facial hair. What is it with the facial hair in this guy? Very, very weird.
Why is Team Ryan over? I'm just saying maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. Make me feel different.
This is like a little kid. I don't know. Maybe Team Ryan is over. Make me feel different. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe Team Ryan is over. I don't know. I do need a haircut, just pew pew. I desperately need a haircut. How's the puppy doing? Puppy's great. And there she is. She's no longer a puppy. She's big. My poor mom's dog had to have teeth pulled today.
All right.
And, okay, I just love y'all to tap.
wait.
I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling that way because TikTok, ever since it got take over, like my algorithm's been off. People don't get notified I'm live. My numbers are down. But I get it. I'm no longer on television. Like, I understand it. Please know.
Okay, so he's claiming that his numbers are down because he's blaming it on TikTok, which I've heard some people say that there have been some wonky things about TikTok, but I can't believe that all of it is because of TikTok, right? It's because this is what he does every night. He walks the dog and he screams at everybody in his chat. He argues with everybody in his chat. That is it. And certain people watch it because they're bored and it can be a little entertaining to watch the guy be big bothered, right? But basically the numbers are going down because he's not doing anything. It's just walking the dog, giving the dog a bath, and then screaming at people in chat about him and Gypsy. I mean, that sums it up.
I just gifts are down, which is fine. I'm not asking anybody for gifts. I just love y'all to tap. I mean, tapping is all I need, really.
Right.
But gifts are appreciative. No lie. Exactly. I do not get notified for the last 2 months. See, just pew doesn't get notified, and I hate that. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Like, my numbers have declined, and it's because TikTok's been acting weird.
Oh, okay.
Can you say hi to me, Court? Hey, sweetie. I'm from the UK and I got notified today. Good morning. Some people do, some people don't.
That person in the UK, good for all the UK people in my chat. This person from the UK is like, I got notified, like challenging him. Like, I got notified. Why are you blaming all of this on TikTok? Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
saying.
saying.
I thought about meet and greets. No.
Oh my God.
I haven't.
Meet and greets. Can you imagine this guy? Like, yeah, I'm going to be in Philadelphia on Saturday. We're going to be down at the blah, blah park. Come and meet and greet Ryan Anderson. People would be like, who the F is that? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
You know what's crazy is I only go live on, you still riding that little clout from your ex?
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, I built my own clout, number one.
Uh-oh.
Because if I was riding clout from her, I'd be like the rest of them who ain't got none. So
what?
Just remember that. I built my own clout. Granted.
Oh, the spitting.
She got me to the party, but I built my own clout because Ken would have clout if he was somebody. You know what I'm saying? So think about that.
Ken doesn't go live every night, right? I'm not a fan of Ken. I'm just saying Ken isn't trying to make a living on TikTok. Actually, he has a job, right? But trying to compare him and Ken when it comes to TikTok, no, it's not really fair because Ken is not doing battles on TikTok or trying to go live every night, but Ryan's got to go there because he's got to compare himself to Ken.
And yeah, think about that one. Thank you for the gift.
Think about that one. I thought about it.
So just think about that.
Okay, I did.
Pixie's good.
It was not a good analogy. It was not a good comparison. I did just think about it. It does not apply. All right, Ryan, we're done with you. Goodbye now. Bye-bye, Ryan. See you later. Yep. So that's what's going on with him. Just a little update. Okay, guys. Let's get to some serious stuff, shall we? And then I'll get to some more of your comments in a minute. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot from two really screwed up individuals, right? They're both screwed up in different ways. They're both spoiled, in my opinion. They both act spoiled, right? They both are, they are shallow. They are tone deaf, both of them. They have a lot in common. He's trying to make the easy buck over on TikTok. She's trying to do the same thing. She's been talking about doing battles herself. So there's twice I've caught her talking about doing battles on TikTok. So yeah, I guess we have that to look forward to. So there are a lot alike, but we're going to switch gears here a little bit. I hope you guys are doing well in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. I really, really appreciate it. We're going to get into some things from the past now. I said this live stream would be about the past and the present. We just did the present. We're going to go into the past now to fill in some gaps of some things. Many of you might know we are building like a really big timeline behind the scenes. And it's really interesting while we're doing this because you start to see things a little differently, and it clears up some things along the way. So partly I'm going to share part of that stuff with you. Of course, we're doing that to make a doc style video, of course, is why we're doing that. But I wanted to share some pieces of information that I thought you guys would enjoy learning about. All right. The first one has to do with Dee Dee. You guys remember the medicine closet, right? That Christy and a lot of people claimed that Dee Dee's medicine closet. Now, for those of you that are new, I'm talking about Gypsy's mom, Dee Dee. Dee Dee had this medicine closet. It was a big closet, and it had a lot of different medical supplies in it. Not so much prescription medications were in it, we learned, but there was a lot of medical supplies in it, right? And unfortunately, Gypsy's defense team, along with Christy and Rod and her side, decided to say that this medical closet was somehow proof that Dee Dee had this Munchausen, that it was just like circumstantial evidence, right? There was a lock on it too. And I think we found out why that was Gypsy was stealing her stuff. I can say that as close up as we got to identifying all the medications in the closet, we did not find any narcotic medications in the closet. The narcotic medications, namely hydrocodone, which is also Vicodin, and Xanax or alprazolam, it's a generic term for Xanax, were found in the bedroom, the side tables. I'm pretty sure Vicodin was. I'll double check on the Xanax, but they were not found in this medicine closet. Okay, so I want you guys to join me, and we're gonna watch this clip of Christy talking about. It's really quick, and then I'm going to show you some proof about the medicine closet. New proof.
There wasn't just one bottle of Vicodin or Tylenol with codeine.
I'm going to pause there for you guys that are new. This is a shot of the medicine closet that Dee Dee had at the time of her death. And this is Christy Blanchard, Gypsy's stepmother, talking about it. And again, there was no Vicodin found in that medicine closet.
There wasn't just one bottle of Vicodin or Tylenol with codeine. They were like ropes.
That is a lie. And I'll tell you why, because we identified everything that was in that closet. Okay. And those of you that are in the medical profession will know that you cannot get rows of Vicodin, that it's a controlled substance. So once you get a prescription for it, you have to wait until you use that prescription to get the next one. You can't stock up on Vicodin. Now, can you get it illegally? Sure, you could get it illegally, but the way she's describing it here, number one, there weren't rows of it anywhere, but you see how they flipped the narrative to make it seem like Dee Dee was this villain who was, using all these narcotics and, that she was out of control. And then they used the medicine closet as like, she's crazy. Look at all this stuff in this, what is this medicine closet? I'll back it up here just so the picture of it again.
One bottle of Vicodin or
this is stocking up. I know there's cough syrup in here. This is a lot of over-the-counter medication. There was a lot of inhalers. There was allergy stuff. There was laxative kind of stuff. I have the whole list. So we've broken that down. So now you've heard that, right? Well, let me show you guys something. This is an article. I'm not sure exactly where it was. Oh, it's called Springfield Happenings. Springfield Happenings from October 23rd, 2013. And it reads, so 2013, October of 2013, Dee Dee is murdered in June of 2015. So 2 years before the murder, this little piece appears in a little Springfield, that's the city they lived in, publication. And it reads, neighborhoods, prepare. For Dee Dee Blanchard, there's good reason to plan for a disaster. She is a survivor of Hurricane Katrina. Quote, I'm a preparedness person, she says. Even though she and others were held hostage by the need for prescription medicines after Katrina hit, she now has a medicine closet in her house and plans for an emergency. Blanchard is one of the residents of the new Habitat for Humanity community north of Springfield, Legacy Trails. And then it has the names of these people, the Red Cross people. Up here, it says boxes for the kits came from the Missouri Department of Conservation, Southwest Regional Office, the American Red Cross Greater Ozarks Chapter, and in Missouri State University, the Political Science Department. So basically, they were sent these boxes for an emergency. And Dee Dee is here on the record talking about why she has a medicine closet, because she lived through Hurricane Katrina and that kind of traumatized her. And she's like, never again. I will not be unprepared again. Right? And when you think about a disaster, you got to think maybe like, well, where I live in California, we have earthquakes here. And I've often thought, if we call it the big one, if the big one hits, stores will be down, stores will be closed, yeah, you wouldn't be able to go get your medication for maybe weeks, who knows, right? And so you can't get narcotic medication in advance, but you can get the inhalers and the other over-the-counter stuff in advance, right? It seems like she did. It seems like she stocked up on that, and or possibly some of that medication she just wasn't using, right? So she did have a medicine closet, but here's why, right? Here is why. So again, they villainized her, demonized her for the medicine closet. And here is proof of why she had it. And it makes sense. And it's her own words. That's the problem with this, right? Because a lot of times we don't have Dee Dee here to tell us things. And so it's nice when we can find these little tidbits of actually her saying something, right? Her so to speak, speaking from the grave. Okay. What else do I have for you guys? How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're doing good. Let me do, so in the timeline, I'm going to go over a few timeline things here, and then I'm going to get to some more debunking after I go over this. So from the timeline, one video that I had on the timeline, like last week or 10 days ago, I left off on 2004. So we're picking up here in 2005. This is when the hurricane hits. Of course, you guys know that picture of Gypsy in the sink there. That is from Hurricane Katrina. They were at a shelter. Dee Dee's, it was confirmed by the Greene County. There's actually people, you guys, that claim that Dee Dee lied about being flooded out for Hurricane Katrina. And I'm here to tell you, we have documentation from Greene County in their investigation that they confirmed with the Louisiana law enforcement that Dee Dee's place was flooded out. There's even pictures of it. Yeah, she was flooded out. She did have nowhere to go. That's another thing they like to say, that Dee Dee took advantage of Hurricane Katrina to leave Louisiana. No, her place was flooded out. She had no choice but to leave. All right. They were life flighted by Mercy St. John's. That's in from Covington, Louisiana to Springfield. Mercy St. John's is the hospital in Kansas City that Gypsy was transferred to. They did initially stay at the Hope Lodge until Mercy St. John's put them in a home owned by the hospital in Aurora. And I didn't know this before, but it's kind of an interesting tidbit that the house that this is before the Habitat for Humanity house. So when they first got there, they lived in Aurora, and that house was rent-free, and it was provided to Dee Dee and Gypsy from Mercy St. John's Hospital. It was a rental home that they had, that they let them live in. And then this other thing here, Let me make this bigger. You see this picture here of this guy, the gray hair guy, and Dee Dee, and then under your comments there, you see Gypsy with this guy. Okay, this guy's name is Don Bishop, and Don Bishop had a charitable organization called University of Table Rock, and this is when we don't have the exact dates, but this guy put Dee Dee and Gypsy up on a charitable trip from his nonprofit organization. They went to like the Branson area. They visited the Dixie Stampede. I think that's Dolly Parton's place. I don't know if it is or not. Don't quote me on that one for sure. But anyways, this was these pictures are from a charitable trip that happened somewhere between 2005 and 2007. And some accounts, and this is why I'm asking for help, I'm bringing this stuff up. Some accounts say that it was 2009. I'm looking at Gypsy. I'm thinking probably not 2009. I'm thinking between 2005 and 2007. If there's anyone out there that knows even the year that they went on this trip, email me at beccascoops@gmail.com, because I'm trying to find out if I can get the year that they were at this, that they had this charitable trip for my timeline. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. Let's go to some of your comments, and then we're going to get that back to after on the other side of the comments. We're going to be doing some more debunking of Gypsy, some of the more lies that I have found coming from her. All right, guys, where did we leave off? All right, guys. Christy, one of my favorite mods. Welcome, and all the new Truth Train members. Yes, thank you. You guys, welcome. We were blessed with a lot of people gifting memberships on the Truth Train during this live we're gonna have to add a couple cars, right, guys? Okay, Mishi Cat, $5. Gypsy, here wasting money like nothing while some people are struggling to pay rent, pay bills, groceries, and gas. We don't care about your hauls. You know what? I think that's what gets me, Mishi. I think that's what gets me so angry when I see that, because there are so many people in this country that are struggling, you know, that don't have a place to live, that are wondering where their next meal is coming from, you know, and or maybe not that destitute, but just living paycheck to paycheck. And maybe they are on TikTok and they scroll through and they watch her, and it's got to make them not feel good. It's not uplifting content. You know, if you're in a bad spot and you watch that, to me, it's not uplifting content, you know. And being an influencer, and I don't know anything about being an influencer or that community, but I watch certain YouTube channels that kind of go over some of the crazy influencers. You guys know what I mean? And I saw a couple of videos where people are saying like influencers are on their way out, that like the public as a whole is kind of fed up of the influencer culture. I don't know if that's true. I'm going to vote for that. I don't really like it. You know, I don't like people pushing their wealth in my face, or, you know what I mean? Like there's this one woman, what's her name? I think her name is Becca. I think Becca something. And she's like feeding her cat caviar. And I'm like, tone deaf, right? Tone deaf. It's not, yeah. So I'm with you on this one. Totally with you on this one. Next up, we got Caroline Cray Cray. I love this. Member for 1 month, one of our new members. Welcome her. Supporting you all from Sydney, Australia. Awesome. It's got to be tomorrow in Australia, right? Am I right? Thanks so much, Caroline. Thank you for being a member for 1 month. I really appreciate it. Next up, we've got Estiana 76, pound 99 pence is what it's called. For every $200 she spends, she steals $400, right? That's probably a given, Estiana. I would say that's probably true. Yeah. Snowflakes and Firefly again. And she still grifts for IVF. You know what? That's it. Thank you for reminding me about the IVF. This may be why she's wanting to do battles, You know, she got on a couple nights ago. I think Ken was on a live. At first, they were on a live together, not like on camera. And they were talking about doing battles. And Ken goes, I don't know how to do a battle. And she's like, I don't know either, but we got to figure it out. She actually said that. So they're going to jump on the Ryan bandwagon and start to do battles, I think. And it probably is for IVF and her hauls and having to buy new wallets to go to a concert. Oh, one of my favorite new people, Marcel Harding, New Zealand, $3 from New Zealand, a super sticker. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Citizen Jenks, $10. Gypsy is bordering on grooming to her younger crowd. Yeah, I agree. The dancing, the skimpy clothes, the makeup tutorials, etc. She needs to be removed from social media before she finds another minion. I agree with this. It's why I'm so passionate about all aspects of this case. It's why I go over the present. I call it the cultural aspects of what goes on in her life. It may seem frivolous to some, but it's not frivolous to me. I think we have to highlight her behavior. I really do. Thanks for that, Citizen Gents. And next we got Jesse Gray, 68. With a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Jesse, and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Next up, Jessa M, 8338, became a member on the Truth Train. Everyone welcome her aboard. Hippie Adrift, 5 pounds. Finally caught you live. Yay. So happy. We love you, Becca. Love from the UK. I love the UK. I love you guys from the UK. You guys are great in the comments. You guys have great senses of humor. So thanks for being here, Hippie Adrift. I really appreciate the donation. Jesse M, again, for a $1.49 super sticker. Thank you, Jesse. And Snowflakes and Firefly, pound 99, called it. Her style is tacky hen party. Okay. This is true. This is so true. And because you are donating in pounds, I'm thinking the hen party. For you guys that don't know, I watch BritBox a lot, you know, the British TV. I love it. And a hen party, and I think I'm right, is like what we call like our bachelorette parties. You know, so it's like women getting together. And that's what they call it over in the UK. It's like a group of women, usually younger women, getting together for like a bridal thing, going out before the wedding, that kind of a thing. Or maybe a hen party just in general is just women getting together. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you so much, Snowflakes and Firefly. Carolina girl, thank you. $5. Those boots look like she is trying to be a Patsy Cline wannabe. Yes. Thank you for everything. Love you, Becca. Love you back. For you guys that may not know, Patsy Cline was a very famous country music star. I'm sure most of you know, but for those of you that don't, very famous country star. Thanks for that, Carolina girl. Next up, we got Jesse M again, $3.99. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you so much for the donations. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. K-Ren, 73, $4.99. Just because I'm not on stage doesn't mean I'm not a star. Gypsy probably. Oh, you read her mind. Absolutely read her mind. No doubt about that one. No doubt about that one, Kay. And next up, we've got one of our favorites, Lisa Evans, 4138, 5 pounds. Damona's been shopping again, you guys. Those boots are hideous. Okay. I didn't want to say it because some people may like them, but yeah. I mean, it's screaming country star on stage, right? I mean, that would be the only place I could say those would be appropriate. I can't imagine her putting that super short skirt on. God, please have her wear underwear underneath. Please, God. And those boots. I can't wait for the pics. I don't know about you guys. Next up, we got Nancy Razzo 10, member for 8 months. Thank you, Nancy. You're an OG for sure. I wear sparkly outfits. I love you, Becca. You know what? I love a sparkle myself. I do, you know, for the right occasion. There's nothing wrong with sparkly, right? It depends on where you're going and what's the occasion and how it looks on you, right? Yeah, I'm for a little sparkle for sure. Next up, we got Days No Confused, $10. Thank you so much. If Dippy had an actual friend, if Dippy had an actual friend, she could ask them what to wear to another kid-free outing, not her minor following. Yeah, those are the effing ugliest boots I've ever seen. Okay. All right, guys. Consensus is in from the chat. The boots are not right. They are wrong. Okay. They are all wrong. She's in her country bumpkin phase now. Oh my God. She is right. What happened to the beige? What happened to bring back the beige? What happened to the beige era? She's in her country bumpkin era. Oh my God. You called it. You called it, Days No Confused. That's perfect. Thank you. All right. Next up, we'll do a couple more and then we'll get back to it. Slayer Wolf, $369, $5. Hello, Becca. Let's take 9 million to 0. Love your channel. Let's do, oh, by the way, yeah, let's do that. Slayer Wolf. Let's do that. I guess the rumor has it that she's buying following now because every day people have been kind of keeping track. You know, you can keep track and see where like a channel's doing, right? Every day. And apparently, she's been losing for months. Like she used to be like 10 million, right? And then I think recently it was 9.3 and now it's at 9. And so like every, couple days people would check and she's losing followers. And all of a sudden, what do you know? Oh, it's got to be the great content, right? What do you know? She's gaining followers and people are like, nah, no, not buying it. You're buying it. You're buying them, right? Yeah. Next up, Purple Fuzzy Carrots. I love this. Purple Fuzzy Carrots. I love that. $4.99. As much as I hate watching her have access to all these things, it's okay because deep down, I know she's miserable, so shallow. You know what? I agree. I think partly when she acts out like this, the Dior sign, the boots, the haul, I'm going to a concert. I got to buy a wallet for the concert. I think all of these is her just because she's miserable saying, I'm not miserable. See, I'm buying things. I've got Christian Dior. I got a necklace, right? I mean, that's what that is. My life's really good. It's really a good life. Yeah, I agree with that. Next up, Nancy Razzo, $2. She's showing off her fake Dior bag and Louboutins. And the Louboutins, right? Remember that? Yeah. Yeah, I think Ryan still has the Louboutins. Thank you for that, Nancy. Next up, Carolina Girl. I watched this earlier and literally cried. Oh, you're talking about the Ryan clip. Yeah, I never cry when I laugh. When AI pops on, I literally die. It was just like, if you didn't see it for yourself and someone told you about that, you go, no, that didn't happen. That couldn't have happened live, did it? Oh, yeah, it happened to Ryan live. Yeah, first time I saw it too, I was just like, oh. All right, next up, Snowflakes and Firefly, £1.99. Ryan's Chat GPT needs a wellness check, poor thing, right? Or they're actually doing a wellness check on him, right? The AI, but it does need a wellness check. I agree with that. Snowflakes and Firefly. Let's do a couple more. P Mabel, $9.99. Thank you so much. Very generous. Sullen Beauty. I love Sullen Beauty. Made a short today showing Gypsy in her comments saying something about murdering Kent. What? She says it is a joke. Imagine how disconnected from reality to joke about that. Wow. I'm going to have to go check that out. Really? Takes a lot to shock me. Talk about tone deaf. Did I name this live stream right? Tone deaf. The joke about that? Wow. All right, let's do one more and then we'll get back to the live stream. Chosen Disciple 66, $1.99. People making content about you about means you're a low cow. Thank you. Thank you for putting that so succinctly. Thank you. It took me many sentences to say what you just said with it in a few words there, Chosen Disciple. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, I see Trouble Puffs. Let's do Trouble Puffs real quick. Trouble Puffs member for 7 months. Thank you, Trouble Puffs. Love you. Love you, Becca. Oh, I love you too. Is Keekins in the room with us? Keekins is. Hold on. Sleeping. Yeah. Keekins is asleep. We gotta be quiet. I mean, I'm like basically screaming, and she's just, it's kind of like her place, right there. All right, Trouble Puffs, thank you for being a member for 7 months. We're going to end off there. We'll get back to more comments in a little bit. We're going to go back now and see. Oh, wait, I got to take that comment off. Hold on. Okay, ready to go. Here we go. Here. Where are we at? All right. I wanted to bring up a few things. Some other issues that I found while I was doing my research on this timeline. Is this it? Nope, it's not that one. I'll get to that one in a minute. It's this one. Yeah. Okay. Let me wait. Before I bring this, you guys have to listen to the video clip first to understand how I debunk this, people that help me debunk this. But yeah, let's go ahead and listen to this.
And so, very first thing right off the bat, mother is not a good historian.
So I'm going to set it up for you. Most of you have seen this clip over and over again, but we need to look at it again so you can understand what I'm talking about, what has been debunked here. This, and for those of you that are new, this is Gypsy's attorney. This is from Mommy Dead and Dearest, one of the propaganda pieces about Gypsy. And he is talking about Dee Dee, her mother. And this is when he is researching the case. He's trying to come up with a defense for Gypsy. And so that's the setup to this clip.
Which is interesting because he puts that in bold and underlines it.
One of the things was a big discrepancy was that for a person that has not walked for 9 years, for years, she should have technically almost no muscles in her lower extremities. But she did have muscles that looked quite normal.
I'm just breaking here because I don't want it to get copyright striked. This is Dr. Flasterstein. He was the neurologist. You guys keep him in mind because when I show you the evidence I'm going to show you after this, it has to do with Dr. Flasterstein. He's a neurologist, like I said, and Gypsy first saw him in August 21st, 2007 was her first appointment with him.
And she was able to support her body weight. I remember her standing. So I had a big doubt about the whole thing from the beginning.
He says, since last seen, I managed to talk to one of her previous providers. She specifically remembers Gypsy Rose and mentioned that her previous neurologist clearly reported the fact that Gypsy does not have muscular dystrophy. Analyzing all the facts, and after talking to her previous pediatrician, there's a strong possibility of Munchausen by proxy, with maybe some underlying unknown etiology to explain her symptoms.
Okay, we've gone over this over and over again. I've gone over that sentence over and over again about how the last part of the sentence is very important, as you guys know. This is a side note. It has nothing to do with what the part I'm going to debunk here in a minute. But basically, the guy was accusing Dee Dee of having Munchausen by proxy, but then he says with some maybe underlying unknown etiology to explain for her symptoms. That unknown etiology was actually the microdeletion. So he didn't know she had a microdeletion. And so he's saying, yeah, I think she's got Munchausen or there's something else going on with this kid, possibly medically, that I don't know about that's causing symptoms. Okay.
Once in a while, we report patients to social services. We do that when we feel that there's a neglect. But a neglect is different what this mom was doing. She wasn't really neglecting her. She was over treating her. We have a system, which is a big integrated system that decided to adopt her and bring her, support her. So many people looking at her, knowing the history, knowing what she was going through, knowing what she went through, I would have been rejected at the spot. So all what I could do is put that in my note. Nobody in the system ever said anything about it. And I didn't see it right to keep going and convincing other people, oh, something is not right here.
Now,
Freaking believable.
Now listen, this is the important part here now, what he's going to say.
here's the interesting thing. This is the last record from Mercy here in Springfield until 2015. So this is 2007.
8 years.
What I could
So what he's saying is, and I'm going to back it up, that was the last time Gypsy was at the St. John's Mercy Hospital, meaning what he's trying to imply here is that after Dee Dee saw Dr. Flasterstein, that she doctor hopped, right? She left, right? Because she was scared that maybe she was going to be discovered or something. All right.
record from Mercy here in Springfield until 2015. So this is 2007.
8 years.
What I couldn't figure out was how Dee Dee figured out that Dr. Flasterstein was on to her. But if you look at a lot of these social work notes, Dee Dee's requesting medical records. She would have gotten a copy of this letter.
But I still don't understand why you put your child through this.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is,
question.
it just keeps going. I mean,
And it would have kept going because her mama was an insane, compulsive liar.
Don't you love Christy? All right. Well, I'm going to prove you guys wrong here now. What you were implying about Dee Dee was false. Why don't you people do research? Why before you villainize this woman, okay? And God knows she wasn't perfect. All right. But again, I was just so angry when I found this. And I found this because we're making this timeline, and I started we started charting all the medical stuff, in a timeline. All right. So here is what happened. Okay. So follow me. The implication is that down here at the bottom, there's a lot of red arrows, but then towards the bottom on the left-hand side, I underlined Bernardo Flasterstein. Do you see that here? And the hospital there is Mercy St. John's, right? And the date of that is 11/16/2007. That was the date of his report, okay, that he made, that Stanfield's holding up. The appointment with Gypsy was on August 21st. I'm going to have to take the chat off for a minute, and someone remind me to put it back on. Over here, Dr. Flasterstein's appointment was on August 21st, 2007, and a follow-up on 11/16/07. Okay, but the implication is once Dee Dee found out about this, right, in November, because she's requesting the medical records. And so what they're implying was Dee Dee got that medical record and she read it and she was like, oh my God, we can't go back to that hospital. We've got to go to a new hospital. We can't go back to that doctor, right? That's what they're saying. They're saying she got the medical records and she left. That's not true. There were two hospitals Dee Dee and Gypsy frequented. One was called St. John's, Mercy St. John's, and the other one is Children's Mercy. They're separate entities. They're not, some hospitals are like under the same company, kind of. These weren't, okay? These were different hospitals. But if you look up here, the first time Dee Dee and Gypsy get referred to the Children's Hospital, what they implied is that in 2007, when Dee Dee got that medical record, she left Mercy St. John's and she went to Children's Mercy, and she never went back to Mercy St. John's. Okay, follow me? Except that's not true. They were referred to Children's Mercy in March of 2007. I have it circled up there. That's the first time Gypsy goes to Children's Mercy. That's way before any appointment with Dr. Flasterstein. And it's way before Dee Dee would have gotten that medical record dated November 16th, 2007. Okay. Not only that, she was referred there for dental issues. She was also referred there for pediatric cardiology. She was referred there. See all the arrows that many times she goes to Children's Mercy before she ever sees Flasterstein. Many times. So nothing about what Dee Dee was doing changed after she saw Flasterstein because she was already going to Children's Mercy. But what they want you to think is that she had never been there. She had never been to Children's Mercy. Oh, no. It wasn't until she got those medical records and was like, oh my God, we got to leave Mercy St. John's. We got to leave there. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works for her insurance anyways. She has to get referred. You know what I mean? She didn't have the power to even really do that. I mean, I guess if she really was trying to hide or something, that she would have, I would say, since she was already going to Children's Mercy, well, she wouldn't go there, right? So it doesn't make sense. What they're trying to make you think is that Dee Dee got this letter. That's what they're saying. And that is what the prosecutor heard. This is part of the story of what the prosecutor heard. And I don't know, probably no one went this deep into the medical records. I mean, I don't think they did, obviously, because they would have found what I just found here. And you would have put it together and you could say, no, that's not true. Now let's look, I'm going to take it one step further to prove to you how crackpot a theory this is about Dee Dee so-called doctor shopping, right? Because what they say is that she was doctor shopping all the time because that's what Munchausen by proxy moms do. They're constantly changing doctors and they're constantly changing hospitals and no, okay? From 2005 to 2015, Dee Dee and Gypsy went to mainly 2 hospitals for Gypsy's care, Children's Mercy and Mercy St. John's, okay? And we can even take it a step further, like I said. Let me find that. I think I have. Yeah. I'm going to go all the way back to the year 2000. From 2000, and this is in Louisiana, from 2000 to 2005, Dee Dee only frequented 2 hospitals, Tulane University and Children's in Louisiana. Okay. Then she comes to Missouri. Sorry, I can't. I know it's weird. Then she comes to Missouri, and for 10 years, she only goes to St. John's Mercy and Children's Mercy unless she has to go to the ER, because that's all those hospitals are all the way in Kansas City. And so then she uses like Cox Health, okay? But very infrequent. That was like to change Gypsy's G-tube or whatever. You know, that's not like she's running away from these doctors to go to Cox, right? No. It's about convenience and distance and stuff like that. So you tell me, in 15 years, and she moved one state away, in 15 years, in one location, she just used 2 hospitals. In the other location, she basically only used 2 hospitals. Does that sound like somebody who is running away from something? Does that sound like somebody who is scared they're going to be found out or something, right? To me, that doesn't. And that's a pretty big deal to me because it totally refutes their whole thing about Dee Dee being this doctor shopper and running around. And Gypsy in her book, and when I'm going to make a video later about this, I'm going to go further into how Gypsy talks about it in her book, about how her mother was doing this. And it's not true. It's another lie she tells. It's another lie they all told. And he had the medical records, and you know what? He should tell the truth. It just gets me so mad. I get you're advocating for your client, but I don't think advocating for your client is outright lying about the victim. I don't think that's part of it. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. I just don't think, you know how I feel about the guy. I'm talking about her attorney, Mike Stanfield. Yeah, he really spun a narrative, and the prosecutor, you know, you heard the cop on my live stream, you know, that guy, he was a detective that worked on the case, and he was saying, hey, yeah, he thinks that, you know, the prosecutor's shady. All right. What else do I have for you guys? Let's see. I've got some other about Nick. Okay, so the two people that they had to villainize, right, for Gypsy to get the plea deal was basically they had to villainize the victim, Dee Dee, and they also had to villainize Nick, right? They had to make sure like he was the one you need to focus on. Don't focus on little squeaky voice Gypsy. She's just a victim here. She's a victim of Dee Dee and Nick, right? That's the narrative. Okay. Well, I found something, you know, it's not like a huge deal, but when we're talking about lies, every lie counts, right? Especially when we're talking about these two people who they've been trying to blame everything on, Dee Dee and Nick. Most of you know, back in 2013, Nick went to a McDonald's. I've shown you this chart before, but I've added some things to it because we're going to debunk something about what Gypsy says in her book. Okay, so he goes to McDonald's, and down here is a little excerpt from her book, her memoir, My Time to Lie. Well, it's called My Time to Stand, but I call it My Time to Lie now. And she's talking about Nick in this situation. And she says, he spent a lot of time hanging out in the McDonald's that was within walking distance of his house since they had Wi-Fi there. Okay. Most of you guys that have been around for a while know that on March 11th, 2013, Nick was arrested at a McDonald's, and I have exactly what happened there. I'll go over that in a minute. And then Gypsy writes in his memoir, I didn't know then that Nick had been arrested for disorderly conduct for masturbating to porn at the McDonald's. That was something that came out in the discovery process after our arrest. Okay. So Gypsy is claiming, I didn't know anything about that. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I didn't know about that. Right. And I want to, because I tell the truth. I'm about all the facts. Okay. What happened with Nick? He bought, this is from the police report. He bought the food, sat down. Apparently, partly of what Gypsy is saying here, I think is true, that he would go to these places that had Wi-Fi and he would like update his computer. And a lot of people have speculated that partly he went there to contact Gypsy. If he was watching pornography, which he does admit to the officers when they come, that he was watching some pornography. Some people are thinking, well, is Gypsy on the end of that, or their end of this? I don't know. I haven't found any evidence to that yet, but that is a possibility since he was obsessed with her and they were communicating at this time, right? And then the manager, I'm going back up. Number 2, the manager says several customers complained that they'd seen pornography on his computer screen. The manager observed him and saw pornographic material on the laptop. The manager said he saw his hand down his pants and it looked like he could be masturbating. The manager then called the police and reported it as an indecent exposure. The manager asked Nick to leave, but he wouldn't go because the software update was not complete. Sounds like Nick, right? Level 2 autistic, very focused on his task at hand, what he needed to do. The police arrived and looked at Nick's computers. They saw no pornography on it at the time. They questioned Nick and he fully admitted he had watched some pornography whilst there. They asked him if he had been masturbating, which he denied. He said he had just been scratching himself. The police asked Nick if he was carrying a weapon, and he admitted to having a knife in his pocket. He had like a little pocket knife. He was charged with disorderly conduct and carrying a concealed weapon. All right. Now you're up to date on exactly that, everything that happened in that. Gypsy, again, from the memoir, I didn't know then that Nick had been arrested for disorderly conduct for masturbating to a porn at the McDonald's. That was something that came out in the discovery process of our arrest. Is she telling the truth? No, she's not. And here's why we know she's not telling the truth about that. Many of you could already be guessing what it is.
Judge will make is meant to be something
This video, thanks to Carolina girl who's in the chat.
that will comfort you for the next couple of days. I know that you are going through a very hard time right now, and I want to make this hard time for you as easy as possible. I want you to know that though I don't think that the judge will make you serve jail time for something as simple as carrying a pocket knife. Over here in redneck territory, that's just normal. You don't go to jail for that. But different state, different laws. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is that no matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, I will always be yours, forever. I want you to know that this might sound silly to you, but I wear this ring as kind of like a symbol. I know it's not a real engagement ring, but to me it's a symbol of hope.
Hey, if Carolina girl's still in the chat, can she get the date of this? I'm sorry, I should have gotten the date. I just knew that the only trial, the only thing he ever went for was this McDonald's incident. But if someone can find the date, I would appreciate it. If not, I will make sure in my next video to give you guys the date of it. Thanks.
For us, a hope for our future, a hope for a life together. And I will always wear it to prove my commitment to you and to show you that I'm 100% honest and true to only you and Master. And even if you're sentenced to jail time, make sure, this is a direct order from your wife, make sure to tell Allie what prison and the address, because I will write to you. I know inmates can have letters sent to them, so make sure she knows where you're at to tell me, and I will write to you. There won't be a day that goes by that I won't think about you. And I just last night I dreamed about you. I dreamed about us cuddling and being together, being happy.
I just want to back it up here because I had to laugh at this one part. Where is it? Where she shows the ring. The ring. The ring, the ring, the ring. Oh, there's a ring, right? Yeah. Yeah. Says she wish she had a ring today. Yeah. Well, that's basically almost the end of it.
Kind of like a symbol. I know it's not a real engagement. And being together, being happy. And I know that we're a long distance apart, but distance can't keep love apart.
Right.
And it won't keep me apart from you.
All right. That's where I cut it off at. So there. She did know. She did know about the incident, but she lies in her memoir. I didn't know. I didn't know about that. You know, I learned in the discovery process. Had no idea that happened. Wow. Isn't he a terrible person? See how he took advantage of me? He was like caught masturbating. He was not was he masturbating? I don't know. But it's not what they charged him with. Right. And, you know, just there again is how the narrative develops, you know, that poor thing, this guy was caught at McDonald's with a knife and he was masturbating right in public. And, you know, I mean, of course she's his victim. I mean, of course, right? She had no idea that was going on. Gypsy. Yeah, you did. You did know, right? You did know. But that didn't fit the narrative. So she shut up. and went along with it. Probably when they brought it up, that was probably a big thing in their discovery. Oh my gosh, of course, the first thing they're going to run is his record. And, then I'm sure Stanfield, her attorney, went to her and said, hey, when you were together, did you know about this? Either she lied to Stanfield there, or she told him the truth. And he's like, yeah, let's not say that. I'm not sure which, but it was one or the other. And is it a huge deal? Not on the scope of everything, but it is kind of when you're talking about how they lied to build the narrative, just like the doctor shopping thing I showed you. All of these little tidbits add up, right? The lies add up, and we have to uncover them so we can prove, she lied here, she lied here, she lied here, she lied about this. And then you get the full picture that she was lying about all of this stuff, big things and little things, to make it herself seem like the poor victim. And now she's over on TikTok with 9 million followers, buying followers, I guess, and, saying she owns Dior bags and owns $3,000 wigs and needs to buy a wallet, a certain kind of wallet, to go to a country concert. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. People don't want to see that. I don't understand why she thinks people want to see her doing that. It gets me going. It does, because it's so tone deaf. Too bad her mom isn't around to tell her that, because that's kind of what your mom tells you. Now, look, that's not a good look, honey. Take that down. That isn't a good look. I'm surprised Ken doesn't. I mean, I guess Ken thinks it's okay. I don't know. Where's Christy? She's not been around lately, right? I mean, it's just, yeah. All right, guys. So let me see what else I have. Do I have anything else? There's a few things I did. Oh, okay. Yeah. I wanted to show you one other kind of a tidbit here. Many of you probably know that they were in this Mercy Hospital magazine. This is a layout. They were in this Mercy Hospital. I don't know if they still do it, but they would have this monthly or quarterly magazine that would come out. And in 2000, it's quarterly. This is winter 2009. Dee Dee and Gypsy were featured in it. I'm sure most of you have seen this that have been around the case for a while. For those of you who are new, that's what this is. And you know what? You can read it if you want to pause to read it later. There was one part in this. It's talking about them going through Hurricane Katrina and yada, 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 yada. But one part in this talks about this Dr. Beckerman. I know there's a lot of lore around Dr. Beckerman. A lot of people have surmised that Gypsy looks like this guy. Let me move over here. That's Dr. Beckerman. I kind of try to stick to the facts. I don't have an opinion so much about Dr. Beckerman. He was Gypsy's doctor in Louisiana. They supposedly met up again when he had relocated to Missouri before Hurricane Katrina, I'm pretty sure. But here he says, and I'm going to read it. He says this, and this part does not go with somebody who has Munchausen. He says, Dee Dee is such a wonderful person. She never complains. And I think that is why Gypsy is so positive, Dr. Beckerman says. Dee Dee is such a great advocate for her child. Having a child with special needs is not easy, especially going through what they went through. After Katrina, the medical care regressed dramatically in New Orleans. Gypsy Rose is right where she needs to be, getting state-of-the-art care. Okay, so what's important about that? Well, he didn't have to say really anything about Dee Dee. I mean, he could have said anything about her, but like, she's a great mom. I think she takes good care of Gypsy. But what does he say? She's a wonderful person. She never complains. She never complains. Guys, if you read other cases of Munchausen by proxy, and usually it's the mother, it's the caretaker. It doesn't have to be the mother, but usually it is, right? They are always complaining. They are always getting doctors to do other tests. They are constantly on high alert, right? Telling their stories, making their child sick, constantly complaining that things aren't going well for them. And so it's interesting, isn't it? That the words he chooses about Dee Dee is she's a wonderful mother who never complains. And that is a tidbit, an anecdote, right? Tidbit that tells us that Dee Dee, no matter what you think of Dr. Beckerman, is he Gypsy's father? There's been all these rumors, Dr. Beckerman was in on the scam or some. There's been a lot of rumors. I don't do those rumors. I do what I can see as fact here. And he could have no matter what you think about him, he could have chosen any words. And he chose the word "she never complains." And he knew that those words were for a magazine. And you would think if she was a complainer, if she was a troubled mother who was constantly looking for care for Gypsy, that Dr. Beckerman would not have used those words to go into an article, because he would know his colleagues and people at the hospital would look at him like, dude, are you talking about who I think you're talking about? That mom? The mom that is constantly asking for testing? The mom who is constantly saying things aren't being done right? The mom who is constantly complaining, basically. So I think that also is interesting and goes to the stuff, what we're trying to prove here, that Dee Dee wasn't that person. Here is another account of Dee Dee from somebody that knew her. No matter what you think about Beckerman, okay? He had to choose his words because they were going in a magazine, and he would have looked like a fool if Dee Dee was the opposite of that, right? The nurses and the doctors at the hospital would be like, she's trouble. That mom's trouble, right? In my humble opinion, I don't know if you guys agree, but yeah, I thought that was noteworthy. It's noteworthy that he said that, because we don't have a lot of stuff about Dee Dee. We don't have a lot of her own words. We don't, right? And so, her family really has only been part of those propaganda documentaries. So we haven't really gotten a full picture. I think a full picture of her at all. And so we're trying, that's partly of what I get frustrated with, because I'm trying to piece together evidence, not just from biased sources. I'm trying to get from truthful sources, not just from Christy. She was a compulsive liar. You saw the clip, Did Dee Dee lie some? Yeah. And I've gone over stuff that she lied about, but was she compulsive liar? No, I don't, I used to think a lot of different about Dee Dee when I started out, and I'm starting to see actual evidence and proof now of stuff. And I don't think she was compulsive liar. Not like Gypsy, not a pathological liar. Okay. I'm not finding that, All right, guys. What else do I have? Let me see. Did I go over everything? I think there was maybe one more thing. I need to go to the eye doctor. I've never worn glasses. When I was younger, I used to have super good vision, but as you age, your vision kind of goes. And so when I'm looking down at what I need to bring up next, it's it's getting worse and worse, is what I'm saying. Okay. Let me see here. We did the doctor one. Oh, I'm saving one of the best ones for last. I'm glad I saw okay. You guys know my last video, I talked about the shooting incident. For those of you who are new, hopefully you watched my last video. At one point in 2011, Gypsy shoots her mom with a pellet gun. And she claims that she came at her mom with a pellet gun and a dagger. So a gun in one hand and then the dagger, right? And she talks about in her book how she chases Dee Dee into the bathroom. And at that point in her book, she says, now, my mom, what was the pet name for her mom? Honey knew baby could be violent. She called her mom Honey, she claims, and her mom called her Baby. These were their nicknames or whatever. And in the book, she says, now, honey, new baby could be violent, because Gypsy ends up shooting her with this pellet gun. And I started to think about it. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, something, at least that I've never seen. Maybe I know you guys, some of you guys are really into the case too. And maybe you guys have already seen this or figured it out. But this just came to me recently to think about this gun that Dee Dee had. Let me show you what Gypsy said about this gun, because she identified it. Okay. You guys aren't going to believe this. Down here at the very bottom, you see the highlighted portion in yellow. This is from her memoir. And she writes, rushing to the kitchen table, I swiped the dagger and grabbed a .22 caliber BB gun she'd picked up at Walmart. Guys, there is a picture of that type of a weapon from Walmart. And if you don't believe me, I Googled this whole thing of these .22 caliber pellet guns. And here is what came up. These are all at Walmart. These are all of those guns. .22 caliber. .22 caliber. So let me get this straight. She said she never got out of the wheelchair. She's got this rifle, basically. I know it's not a real, it's a pellet, right? I fail to see how she can have a dagger and shoot that. Is anyone with me here? How did she do that? Exactly. I'm at a loss, right? Many of you probably, look, I'm not like a gun person. Like I don't know like the different like this is a 357 or this is a 22 or this is a AR-15. I'm not good at that. Yeah, we have weapons at our house because, we have law enforcement living here. But when I started to think about it, I go, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure a 22 is like a rifle. Wait a minute. And then I started to think about it and I'm like, well, how did she shoot that and a dagger? How did she shoot that? Those were the pictures, you guys, what I showed you weren't real 22s. That's what it looks like. You can Google it. Google Walmart .22 caliber BB gun. That's what's going to come up when you Google that or search that in a search engine. They look real, but they're not. Meaning real, like, you know what I mean by real. Okay. They're pellet guns. But according to Gypsy, that can't be true because you can't hold that and shoot that, let alone in a wheelchair with a dagger in your hand. How would you, unless you can, it's impossible. Okay. For one thing, so what's going on with this story, right? We know she shot her. That's not the point. I think the point is most people didn't think like that the gun looked like that, number one, because when you look at that, you're like, wow, even if that is only a pellet gun, that's going to do some freaking damage. And it did. It did. That's what got me started thinking about this when I saw the, report from the ER, the emergency room on Dee Dee, and that she was like shot like 37 times basically. And she was having problems 48 hours later, the bruising, and a lot of them were still oozing. That's from the nurse's note. And I'm thinking, this wasn't just like the way Gypsy describes it. And I think I have the way she describes it here. Okay. And this is part of that other thing I debunked about the timing of all that. I'm not going to go back into that right now. Let's just stick to this gun part of it though. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, not this again, Gypsy. I thought we moved part this. Then they're having this argument. She sounded like I was begging her to let me go to the mall or to even date Dan, who wanted nothing to do with me after she told everyone he was a pervert and a child molester. It won't bother you and you'll never see me again. I won't bother you and you'll never see me again. I said, saying the reverse of what she wanted to hear. Rushing to the kitchen, I swiped the dagger and grabbed a 22 caliber BB gun she'd picked up at Walmart. I thought if I aimed the gun at her, she'd back off. Out of fear, I pulled the trigger and offloaded 10 BBs at her, creating tiny slits in her flesh. You shot me. No, they were more than tiny slits in her flesh. Okay. I can tell you that. And I've showed you guys. Where is it? Do I have it? Okay, on the right-hand side there, see where on the very right-hand side where it says pain and injury location, do you see the front of her, all those little marks, some of them are pretty big, okay? All those little marks, all the way down her legs, all the way across her, okay? There is a ton of marks there. Those are all the pellet guns. Up here into her scalp, you see the face forward and the face from behind, the head from behind. It says, thumb open, bruised. And there was one big one on her head that was really big. Okay. She got her really good in the head. She's taking a headshot at her, basically. Okay. And Gypsy downplays this. She downplays this. Now, I don't know exactly about the timing, but according to the nurse's notes, it looked like this incident had happened like 48 hours before, like 24 to 48 hours. So Dee Dee waited. Like Dee Dee did not want to go to the hospital. Why? Because she was going to lie for Gypsy. And she knew she was going to lie for her if she ever had to go seek care. So she tried not to go. This is my opinion. She tried not to go to the hospital right away. Like maybe I can manage these open wounds myself. And finally, she broke down, probably because they're probably starting to get infected and stuff. And they take off and they go to the ER. Notably, they did not go all the way to Kansas City, and they went to Ozarks Community Hospital, which is also significant because that's never where she took Gypsy. So I think she tried to go somewhere thinking, I'm going somewhere where no one will know us. Hopefully. Possibly. That's just, I don't know that for a fact, obviously. But I do know that the wounds were starting to bruise over, and many of them were still open wounds, is what the nurse's note says. And so there's something fishy about the story. Okay, we know it really happened, but I think it was much more violent than Gypsy lets on. I think she was definitely out of the wheelchair, no doubt about that. I think she probably shot her with that and then grabbed the dagger and went after her. But she didn't have them both in her hand. But I think she was trying to play this story like, and if you read later on in the next paragraph, I don't have it, but the way she describes it, it's like, oh, and some went into the wall. And we know from when they did, went over the house after the murder that there were little holes in the hallway where like a pellet gun hit. She shot a lot of that pellet gun. Okay. There was much more than 10. She's got more wounds than 10. Like I said, probably approximately 37 to 40 wounds on her body. Okay. And so what else about this though, right? There have been the other main point about this besides, take a look at what that 22 caliber looks like. Is what Gypsy, how she talked about it. So let's take a listen to that. Now that you know all of this, you've got the whole picture of the evidence, what the gun looks like, what Dee Dee's body looked like. Let's take a listen.
Wall. Heart. I have it in my heart to deal with every single day. When I shot my mother, I just remember thinking like, oh my God, did I just do that? What did I just do? A couple of them hit.
See the kind of gun they have there? So this is the documentary, right? hey, that wasn't the kind of gun she had, right?
Hit her, a couple of them hit the wall, but the a couple of them hit her, a couple of them hit the wall, but the wounds were superficial.
No, they weren't.
They barely grazed her.
No, they didn't barely graze her. They embedded her. There were open wounds 48 hours later.
That's when I realized it was a BB gun.
That's when I realized it was a BB gun. What does that imply to you? That when she was shooting it, she didn't know? I mean, did she actually think she was picking up a rifle? I don't know, but that's what she's saying here. Of course, later on, in an interview with Kale Lowry on her podcast, she claims, oh, I already knew. I knew that was she's calling it a BB gun, and people say it's a pellet gun because there's a difference. And as you can see, looking at it, you can see why people want to distinguish it. It's not just a little BB gun. It's a rifle pellet gun, right? And then she's saying, that's when I realized it was a BB gun. After you shot it, you realized. What does that mean? When you were shooting it, you thought it was a real gun? I don't know, I'm just asking.
And it made me feel relieved because I did not intend to kill her.
Oh, brother.
But the point is I was shocked that I pulled the trigger at all.
Does anyone believe that? Yeah, I didn't think so. Me neither. Me neither, guys. Me neither. Dee Dee must have been terrified. Dee Dee must have been terrified. I can't imagine, if somebody you're living with, especially your child, picks that up and starts coming at you with it. And then the dagger must have come into, she talks about the dagger, chasing her with the dagger. I don't know exactly the order of it, but yeah, she wasn't double fisted. It wasn't the gun. Yeah, that didn't happen. Okay, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot. And let me get to some more of your comments before we wrap this up. I do have a few announcements. So let's see what you guys are talking about. Oh, I forgot to put there we go. Okay. Where did we leave off? Did we do this one? Okay. Oh, I don't. Yeah, Ria B Q84 $4.99. My cat's poop from the litter box has more self-awareness than Ryan has. Such a narc, right? Love from Scotland. Thank you so much, Ria. Thank you so much. Love that comment. Love that comment. Next up, Chosen Disciple, $1.99. Team Ryan is over. Team Ken won 2 years ago. Oh, I think you're right there. And Ryan's going to be mad when he sees your comment, Chosen Disciple, because we know he watches. Jessica C. Liberato. Jessica C. Liberato, I hope I'm saying it right, became a member on the Truth Train. Everyone welcome her. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. Jill B. 3072, OG member for 6 months. Becca, I'm so glad to be on the Truth Train. Jill, I'm so glad you're on the Truth Train too. Thank you for being here. And next up, Jill B. again, Canadian, $13.99 super sticker. Wow, that's very generous. Jill, thank you so much. So glad to see you in chat. And we got Danny Louise, GFYS, $5 super sticker. Thank you, Danny Louise. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Brooklyn's Princess XO, $4.99. She's so damn dumb. All that money she made and did not invest in not one thing, right? No property, no real estate. She's just dumb. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. And she's continuing to spend. I mean, it's not too late. Stop now, right? You've done the damage. I mean, she had, I can't remember how much. I mean, there was various reports on how much she had between the, the lifetime stuff. She definitely had probably at one time enough money to at least buy a little house, I would think, right? Yeah, what a waste. What a waste. All right. Who's next? Mighty Mulatto 3000, one of my faves. Does Gypsy leaving Dr. Pepper everywhere everywhere to do with inability to swallow normally? You know what? I don't know. That's an interesting question. It could be both. It could be like she can't finish it. I don't know. Or she's just wasteful, or both. Yeah, good question. Good question. Diane Fothergill became a YouTube member. Welcome, everyone. Welcome Diane in. Thank you for being here, Diane. Welcome to the Truth Train. At Jennifer Panzuka 2791 also joined the Truth Train. Awesome. I love it. I love it. And then Miss Parma Violet 1973, 2 pounds. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And Sharon Howard 884, $5. She posted a comment about killing Ken if he cheats on her. She says it was a joke and it's about having a laugh. Really? Really, Sharon? Wow. Okay. I know, Sharon. I know you know. Okay. I'm still shocked by it. Tone deaf, right? Next up, Sunny Day 5120 also became a YouTube member. Welcome aboard the Truth Train, Sunny Day. Trolling on the River HJ, love the name, $5. Sloan posted a video today. The blind item breakdown labeled Gypsy as the killer. Sloan highlighted a comment calling her creepy. Becca is awesome. Thank you, Trolling on the River. Thank you. I love that info. Thank you for sharing. Connie Blue Sky 72, $3.99 super sticker. Thank you, Connie. Much appreciated. Sally K 64, $5. Gypsy needs to go back to prison. She's a liar. Yeah, right. I mean, this case, if you didn't know anything about it, you would not believe that the stuff that all of us as a community has uncovered with this, right? It just gets worse and worse and worse. It's mind-boggling. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. All right, next up, we got Subtle Chill Laura from New Zealand, $349. First time making it to your live in time. Regards from New Zealand. Thank you so much, Subtle Chill Laura. Thank you so much, Laura. Really appreciate you being here all the way in New Zealand. That's wild. Thank you. Next up, Zombie Pirate 23 gifted 1 Becca Scoops membership. Thank you, Zombie Pirate. That is so much appreciated. So much appreciated for everything that you do, Zombie Pirate. Thank you so much. And Citizen Jenks, $10. Christy and Rod have been complicit in the degradation of Dee Dee's character assassination because they knew the Gyp gravy train was around the corner. Despicable. I believe that they knew early on. There was intense interest in this case. Of course, HBO was on it right away. And so, yeah, I'm right with you, Citizen Jenks. I totally believe they are as much to blame. They should have been the ones to put the foot down and said, wait a minute, right? Look, we want Gypsy. We want to fight for her defense, but we can't go along with this, right? Yeah, they should have done the right thing, but they didn't. Lou Rain, 1983, $5. Gypsy said Nick got arrested at McDonald's in her interrogation. Okay, all right. There's another piece of evidence, right? Yet then in the memoir, it came out in Discovery. Yeah, no. Thanks for that. Brookie Who, 1999. Thank you so much. Very generous. She is full of we went to a concert and you cannot bring anything but your ID. You can't bring anything but your ID and cash into said concert. She is full of You know what? I've been to a concert in so many years. I'll take it from you, Brookie Who. Good point. Great point. Yeah, they are very careful when you go into like sporting events. This is a great point. Thank you, Brookie Who. And Danny Louise is back with $5. Becca, thanks for all your hard work. Thank you, Danny Louise, for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Truth Train. We really appreciate it. One of our favorites, Popcorn and Smut, $5. Becca, you look absolutely beautiful and I love your hair. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here and I'm enjoying your live tonight. Awesome. Thank you, Popcorn and Smut. Thank you for being in the chat. I really appreciate it. Next up, we got Brookie Who became a member. Everyone, welcome Brookie Who. Thank you for becoming a member. I'm really, really excited to have you. Sally K64 also became a member. Very excited to have Sally K on board on the Truth Train. Next up, our birthday girl, Claire Power, coming in with 10 pounds. Thank you, Claire. Didn't have to do that. Thank you. I love you, Becca, for bringing the light back to Dee Dee. She needs her peace. Hashtag justice for Dee Dee. Hashtag peace for Dee Dee. Thank you, Claire. And I know a lot about you now, Claire. Not a lot, but I know you're an empath. I know you really feel feel for Dee Dee. And so thank you for that compliment, Claire. And thank you for you bringing what you do. I know you've been here since day one. So thank you and happy birthday, Claire. Next up, Snowflakes and Firefly, pound 90, £1.99 in the show. She's holding the gun with both hands. Yeah, right. In the show, right. But it's not like this big like rifle, right? Like that kind of a thing you're holding kind of like this, right? You know what I mean? Which I think if that visual of that kind of a weapon, even though it's just a pellet gun, it's much more damning, right? The visual of that to me, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I think it's more damning, right? All right, Snowflakes and Fireflies. Thanks for bringing up that point too. Appreciate it. Next up, we've got 1 ounce of Jameson. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've done. I give you a thanks in the description box, for what. That's why she says, I don't associate with as a murderer. I can't kill anyone. She tried several times and failed. Well, she finally made it. I do believe she's got a few jabs in. Yeah. I'm totally with you. 1 ounce of Jameson. And again, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our comments, and that's going to do it for our live stream. I do have one update about Diana. What am I doing? There is some weirdness, about Diana wants to make sure that people, I guess, were questioning if she was really in the hospital. I want to go over this again. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to having a community. I'm new to all of this. What I have found is that, Diana has been a supporter. She never asked me for money. She's not asking anyone for money. She wants to make that very clear, that she has no immediate family. And so, I just want to put that out there that she was concerned in an email to me that some of the nursing staff, I guess, watched the comments and watched the show. And I understand the concern. I understand people don't want to be taken advantage of and stuff like that. And I promise you, I don't believe that this is the case. I believe that she truly is in the hospital. I've seen pictures I can't share with you. Now, can they be made up? Yeah, I'm just going to take it that that she's in the hospital. I'm pretty darn sure she's in the hospital. And so she has given us an update. I just had to say that because I understand the concerns from the community, from certain community members too. So I'm going to give you an update about her. Again, she is not soliciting any donations. If you guys do want to, support her, not money-wise, but, comment-wise, of course, do so. If you don't feel like you want to, well, then don't. This, right? Okay. We're all adults here. Okay. So here's the update on Diana. Hi, Becca. She's actually able to write now. She had a setback. Hi, Becca, Mitch, and all the Truth Train members. Good news. If all goes well, I might be able to go home Saturday. Oh, this is great. After a rather lengthy discussion today, it was agreed that I'll be switching from IV antibiotics to oral antibiotics in the coming days. So it's a bit nerve-wracking. The vac pump has also been stopped, and now the wound is being rinsed and bandaged 3 times a day. The transfer nurse is arranging all sorts of things, such as home care for wound care, help with showering and dressing, medicine for the weekend, etc., etc. We're also arranging transportation home. A very good friend is coming by taxi on Friday to pick up all my personal belongings and, very importantly, to bring my wheelchair handlebars, which one I can connect to my wheelchair and independently navigate everywhere in the hospital, and mostly importantly, my 360 camera. I am so looking forward to it. When it's ready, I'll make a video and send it to you so you can see where I've been all this time. She wants to prove to everyone where she is, okay, guys? And who you kept updated when I couldn't. So everyone's fingers crossed that all this will work out. I'd like to thank everyone for their support and prayers, and for all the sweet emails I've received. I'm only reading them now, and I'm so grateful for them. So please hold on a little longer until I can get the green light to go home. I can finally smell my own bed, even though I'll still have to travel back and forth to Amsterdam often. I'll keep you updated in the coming days, but for now, I'm super happy. Kind regards, Diana, still in Amsterdam. Okay, guys, that's the update on her. Again, like I said before, if you guys want to leave her a comment, do so. No one's obligated. We're all adults here. All right, guys. All right. So she says that she is going to get a camera. I'm going to show us where she's been. She's going to take, in a separate email, she told me she's going to take pictures of the hospital staff, blah, 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 blah. We had one picture of her in her hospital bed before they had to operate on her again. So, yeah, hopefully she is on the mend for real now and will be out soon. And we all keep her in our thoughts and prayers, of course. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me. I want to thank my mods. Thank you so much. You guys are great. I want to thank everyone in the chat. You guys are so much fun. I really look forward to these live streams. I really do. I love interacting. I love talking about the case. I love laughing with you. And then I love getting angry with you. I love becoming incensed with you. The whole gamut of emotions I hope you get in one of my live streams. And so that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll be making a video soon. Don't worry. And then I'll be going live again soon. Happy birthday again to Claire. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. Becca Scoops out. Good night, guys.